the whispering walls. Lena had always dreamed of escaping her small, sleepy town for the bustling vibrancy of the city. When she finally landed a job at a trendy marketing firm in the heart of a metropolitan area, she was over the moon. With her last boxes unpacked and the final details of her new apartment settled, she was ready for a fresh start. Her new apartment was in a charming, albeit slightly worn-down, building from the 1920s. The landlord had warned her about the building's quirks: creaky floors, drafty windows, and a peculiar whispering sound that came from the walls late at night. Lena brushed it off as old building eccentricities, and she was too excited about her new life to let it bother her. For the first few nights, Lena enjoyed the sounds of the city: horns honking, people chatting, and the occasional siren in the distance. But as she settled into her new routine, the whispers began. At first, they were faint, just a murmur that she thought might be the building settling or the wind rustling through old pipes. But soon, the whispers grew louder, more distinct. They seemed to come from every direction, weaving through the walls as if they were alive. One night, unable to sleep, Lena pressed her ear to the cold, cracked plaster of her bedroom wall. The whispers were clearer now, though the words remained indecipherable. It was like a conversation just out of reach, voices rising and falling in a rhythm that was almost hypnotic. She decided to investigate. Lena went to the landlord, a gray-haired woman with a kind smile who had lived in the building for decades. The woman's eyes flickered with a shadow of something unreadable when Lena mentioned the whispers. "Oh, those," the landlord said, her voice trembling slightly. "They've been around for as long as I can remember. Some say it's the spirits of the past residents. Others think it's just the building itself. I wouldn't worry too much about it." But Lena couldn't shake the unease. She started researching the building's history and uncovered a chilling tale. Decades ago, the building had been the site of a series of tragic events. People had vanished without a trace, and there were rumors of something sinister lurking in the walls. Determined to get to the bottom of it, Lena started documenting the whispers. She recorded hours of audio, but every time she played it back, the whispers were indistinct, just a series of unintelligible murmurs. She also began to notice strange occurrences: lights flickering, doors creaking open on their own, and an overwhelming feeling of being watched. One night, as she was alone in her apartment, the whispers reached a fever pitch. They were louder than ever, swirling around her like a storm of disembodied voices. Lena could hear individual words now: help, escape, forever. Her heart raced as she realized the whispers were not random, they were calling to her, begging for something she couldn't quite understand. Desperate and frightened, Lena decided to leave. As she packed her things, the whispers grew frantic, almost angry. They seemed to follow her, echoing in her ears as she fled the apartment. The next morning, Lena's belongings were found scattered in her apartment, but she was nowhere to be found. The building was searched, but there was no sign of her. The whispers faded, leaving only the silence of the empty apartment. Some say Lena is still there, her voice mingling with the whispers, forever trapped in the walls of the old building. And though the city has moved on, the apartment remains vacant, its whispers a haunting reminder of the girl who came looking for a new beginning but found something far more sinister.